What's up, Classic WoW fans? OG here, back with another video, and today's topic is the basic PvP Insignia Trinket. Obviously, this item has been a staple in every expansion of WoW, but it works a bit differently in vanilla and can sometimes be confusing to players whose experience is mostly with newer versions of the game. Obviously, there are a ton of different trinkets in vanilla that are useful for PvP, and good players are constantly rotating between a variety of trinkets, so for the sake of clarity, the specific trinket being discussed in this video will be referred to as Insignia. Different classes have different versions of the Insignia trinket, and each one removes 3 categories of CC. There are a total of 6 categories across all class insignias: Polymorph, Fear, Charm, Immobilize, Slow, and Stun. It's important to note that other categories of CC exist in the game, such as Disorient, but only these 6 categories are represented on the Insignia trinkets. Because some of the CC categories are more specific than others, Insignia trinkets are more useful for some classes than others. There are tons of different abilities that are considered immobilizers, slows, or stuns, which makes the Warrior Insignia useful in way more situations than the Rogue Insignia. Rogue Insignia only removes a total of 7 abilities, and that's if you count all the different types of fear. The Warrior Insignia removes over 20 different abilities. Race comes into play as well here. Consider that as an undead rogue, you essentially gain nothing from your insignia other than being able to get out of polymorph. However, if you are an orc or gnome rogue, insignia is much more crucial for you. Yes, I know that insignia and Will of the Forsaken do not share a cooldown, but the general idea here is that you usually want to maximize your toolbox. 2 ways to get out of fear is typically not as valuable as 1 way to get out of fear plus something else. Undead rogues can more comfortably stack 2 engineering trinkets and not have to worry about getting stuck in fear. But without insignia, polymorph becomes a problem unless you have Skull of Impending Doom equipped. So, it's important to identify how crucial insignia is for you personally and situationally. There will always be times that you should use it, but how often you find yourself needing it is heavily dependent on your class, race, and playstyle. The most interesting effect that class-specific insignias have on gameplay is that you need to learn who can trinket what in order to have good situational awareness in PvP. Most people know which classes can trinket their abilities, but the best players know which classes can trinket every ability in the game. When your mage lands a polymorph on an enemy warrior, you can basically ignore him for 6 to 10 seconds unless he has a dispeller. But if it's a polymorph on a mage, rogue, warlock, priest, or paladin, you need to anticipate the insignia trinket. Learning which classes can trinket which abilities will improve your game sense and make you a much better overall player. I've never come across this information formatted in a meaningful way, so I've created a pastebin file with a complete list of which classes can trinket every ability. We've gone through most of it in this video already, but make sure you invest the time to memorize this list if you're serious about PvP in Classic. You'll find a link to this pastebin file in the video description. Visualizing the whole fight and being aware of everything happening around you is much different in vanilla than modern WoW because you have so much less information provided by add-ons in the UI. You have to actually look for animations and use sound cues to know how the fight around you is playing out. Memorizing this trinket list will help you improve your ability to visually keep track of what's going on and predict how the next few seconds of a fight will play out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned some new stuff. I want to add one quick thing before I go. I've made a point so far to not annoy people by asking for likes and subs, and I don't even have a donation page set up. But just this one time, I would like to say, if you're enjoying my content, please hit me with a sub and a follow on Twitch and Twitter. This lets me know that people are interested and gives me a reason to invest in improving my production quality, such as the fancy new intro you saw at the beginning of this video. I know I've read a lot of complaints about my mic, so maybe if the channel keeps growing, the next investment will be a new mic. Thank you guys again for watching. Have fun out there in the BGs.